Welcome back to another episode of DB Sports with myself, Joel, MMA edition. So we had UFC the Sphere happening. What can we say? First, let's go off with this. Before the Sphere happened, we had some fights announced. Let's go over with them. So for UFC 309, the one we all been waiting for to get announced, we all figured it would be John Jones versus Stipe, which Dana White announced that would be the main event for UFC 309 in New York. But also, it was a big surprise for here. We got announced. It's also going to be co-main event: Charles Oliveira versus Michael Chandler. I believe that's supposed to be a 5-round fight too, a rematch. Oliveira won the first one by knockout, from what I believe. It was a good, entertaining fight. We all thought Michael Chandler was going to get the Conor McGregor fight. From what Michael Chandler says, Conor couldn't get his shit together, which he's probably out here can't take nothing really too serious. He's running around doing some stupid shit probably, but he couldn't wait. I'm with Chandler on this one. Why wait so much? From what I believe, he was already waiting 2 years for this, and it was pushback after pushback, push, and I'm happy he finally just said, "I'm done. I'm done. I'll just fight somebody else." He gets a rematch with Charles Oliveira, who's coming off his win. I think it's a good fight. I think it's a good co-main event right there for the UFC 309 right there in that card. Should be a highly entertaining fight, just like the first one was. I just hope the 2 years off doesn't hurt Michael Chandler too much. But Michael Chandler is a highly entertaining guy. Another fight that was also announced for that one was Bo Nickel versus Paul Craig. That's an interesting fight right there. Bo Nickel will be known for he's a really, really good wrestler. Really good wrestler. Got some to take some decent power for his hands. Some decent power, but going against Paul Craig, a jiu-jitsu master. Not really good at the standing up, though. He's not good. So I predict that fight will be a stand-up fight right there. Bo Nickel just piecing him apart. But if Bo Nickel goes for a takedown, that should be pretty interesting, in my opinion, to see how that goes. I also know Anthony Smith versus um, Dominic Reyes got announced. That should be a little interesting little fight. It's two kind of guys in the decline part of their careers, in my opinion, fighting each other. That should be a decent and interesting fight. But that's what it was announced for the or before the Spear card. But let's go into the Spear card. It was well hyped. Dana White talking about how he spent $20 million on this to have this that will never be the same after this. It was a really good card, really good. It looked amazing. This was his celebration to Mexico, Mexican fighters, Mexico, the country. I think he did good, man. I think that shit looked amazing. It looks so beautiful. I thought he did good to Mexico. Card wasn't the greatest Mexican fighters, but the thing how it looked amazing. I can't even imagine how it looked if you were there. Probably looked even more beautiful if you were there. I thought that should look so cool. I thought the ring card girls, how every fight was another generation of the aspect of Mexican culture of how they dress. I thought that looked amazing. How they came out to the ring like that. I thought that was really cool. Overall, the whole thing looked amazing. I give him an A for how he did it. He spent a lot of money on it. It looked good. Personally, told me that it looked good. But let's get down to the fights. When it comes to the fights, now that wasn't the greatest night of fights, especially the last two. Oof, the last two weren't. But if we go start off with Brian Ortega versus Diego Lopez, that was a good fight right there. Diego Lopez. I had it wrong. I thought Brian Ortega was going to win that fight. Truthfully, I thought he just had a little more skills than Diego Lopez. But it was a good fight right there. Diego Lopez hurt him within the first 15 seconds. Hurt him. I don't know why he went to the ground with him. Should have had him stand right back up and just pieced him apart. Probably even knocked him out. But Diego Lopez did really good. He should be about number 3 now in the rankings. Where would I put Diego Lopez now? I know he was yelling at Dana. He wanted the he wants the champion. I think it's gonna be Vogt from what all the reports say. Vogt gets the winner of Max Naporia. There's Emmett out there. He could fight. He's never fought Emmett. I know Emmett's coming off, I believe, 1 or 2 wins in a row. I'm not mad at seeing that one. Emmett versus him. Or if you want to put just Diego Lopez versus the former champ, I'm not mad at that. The winner gets for the belt. I'm not mad at that if you want to do that one. But Diego Lopez, in my opinion, I think he's about 1 fight away from the championship, 1 or 2. That's my personal opinion. What do we do with Brian Ortega? I don't know. I don't know if he should stay at 145. I think he probably should move up to 155, but I don't know if he's too small for 55 because he's not the greatest stand-up fighter. Jiu-Jitsu looks amazing as a jiu-jitsu fighter. Going to the ground with him is very dangerous to do, but his stand-up is not the greatest. I don't know if he could be at 55 because physically it doesn't look like he's the biggest dude in the world. But him versus Emmett, I guess, I'm not mad at that. Maybe he fights another couple of these dudes at 45. But going to the co-main event, Alexa Grasso versus Shevchenko. Go Shevchenko. I don't know what Alexa Grasso was trying to do. I was going for Alexa Grasso, but that's also my Mexican blood in me. I don't know what the hell she was trying to do in this fight. I'm gonna be honest. She would throw a jab and then fully get out of range. I don't know why. She couldn't stop a takedown to save her life or give her that. When she got taken down, she was going after submission compared to just laying there and just waiting. She was trying to go submission. She was trying to finish her. I don't understand the stand-up plan between what her and her coaches had. She should attack her, not keep that distance because Shevchenko's too much of a sharpshooter to be doing all that. My personal opinion, I think Shevchenko, let's see who's in the rankings. Who I want Shevchenko. Shevchenko looks sharp. That right hook in the southpaw position, she kept on catching every time she came in. Who do I want? Let's see. Let's look in her division. I know Rose is going to be fighting very soon. I'm not mad at Shevchenko versus Rose fight. Shevchenko, I know the champion, Sheng Li, talked about how she's willing to move up to fight the champ, whoever the champion is. I'm not mad at that champ versus champ fight. Let's do that. I'm not against it. I know this for all. Rose, I'll probably want her to fight Rose. I think Rose versus Shevchenko would be a really interesting fight. Rose been the champion before. That's why I like to see that it wasn't the most entertaining fight, but that was also a lot of it because Alexa Grasso, I don't know what the fuck her game plan was, but Shevchenko won her belt back again after a draw in the last fight, which most people thought she won the fight, and she made the mistake in the first fight after beating up Alexa Grasso. She just made the mistake which got her submitted, but it was an okay fight. Now going to the main event, Sean O'Malley versus Merab. I'm gonna agree with Dana White. Sean O'Malley just looked flat. I don't know what it was. He looked flat. He didn't look good. I know Henry Cejudo was saying before the fight that he was hearing rumors that Sean O'Malley was struggling on his defense and his takedown defense. He couldn't get up to save his life. It was showing in this fight because Merab would take him down with ease, and he couldn't get up. He was struggling. He just looked like he wasn't putting much of an effort. Speaking of Merab, I like Merab's game plan. That guy's game plan was amazing. He said, I'm either going to be fully in and I'm only going to shoot for takedowns, or I'll be fully out so you can't hit me. I am not going to stand in the middle ground with him. And that was a very smart game plan by him and his coaches. They were not going to let O'Malley get no type of rhythm, no type of knowing how to keep distance. Either he was fully in and he was going to shoot, or he will be fully out and you can't land shit on him. That was very smart of him. I know in that first round, O'Malley looked like he was finally warmed up, and he kept on hurting him with those teeth kicks right in the stomach. Should have did that in the beginning of the fight, but I think he was a little tentative to throw some kicks because he didn't want to get taken down. But he should have went for that one. He hurt Merab multiple times. It was a little funny. It was a fight starting off with Merab getting mad at the coach and the referee having to get involved. Marab thinking the bell rang after giving him kisses and getting hit. It was just an interesting fight, interesting night. But overall, the card was like about a C to B minus. Marab, what do I want to see from Marab next? He's gonna have to fight Khabib's teammate. As much as he don't want to, he wants to fight Figgy, but that's not how that's gonna go. They're gonna give it to Khabib's teammate, his homeboy. That's what's gonna happen. He'll probably be in Dubai too. I know afterwards he was saying he was gonna talk to Dana about it. Dana's not gonna do that. He's not gonna give it to him. Now when it comes to Sean O'Malley, I'm not mad if he fights a Henry Cejudo, a Sterling, no Sterling, Sanhagen. That's a fight that I wouldn't mind to see. A Sanhagen versus O'Malley stand-up matchup. That'd be highly entertaining. O'Malley versus little Figgy Figgy. That's a good fight. Figgy gets that fight, he should get the belt after that, anyways. Those are the people I wouldn't mind seeing that, but it was not that bad of a card. Overall, the thing looked amazing. Though it looked really amazing. It looked cool. Um, that's my thoughts on the fights. Spear looked cool. I don't think we're ever gonna see it again. But those are my thoughts. Thank you guys for the likes and the subscribes. Continue following, continue supporting.